Hello everybody, welcome to Deluxe Collectibles, and today I'm going to be ranking every LEGO Marvel Eternals minifigure, and I did do a previous video where I ranked all of the sets from this wave, so if you want to check that out, be sure to go do so. But for now, we're going to go over the minifigures here, and I feel like this one isn't going to be as in-depth because I don't know the characters yet, of course, because I haven't read the comics for one thing that's even about the characters, and I also haven't, of course, seen the film because it hasn't released yet, so this is going to be like the equivalent of if I were to rank the Power Rangers outfits without ever watching the Power Rangers. It's gonna basically be like, oh, I like the blue one because blue's my favorite color. Like, it's gonna kind of be like that, so I do apologize, but I'll try to give as in-depth comments as possible. But we're just gonna get straight into it here, and the first one is Sprite, and this character looks pretty good. Honestly, there aren't really any bad minifigures necessarily in this wave, so this one's more so just the weakest because, of course, the character is younger, so they don't get leg printing, or at least, like, taken on a younger form, because I know the Eternals are obviously, like, very old, like, characters, I suppose, but of course they take on different looking, like, forms, I suppose. But as I said, I don't know much about the characters, but yeah, I mean, the character looks fine. I like the color scheme. The color scheme's nice. The printing's good on the torso, but other than that, nothing too spectacular. Then the next one is Cersei right here, which this character, I'm not going to lie, this one is a big downfall for me just because of the minifigure face print. I'm sorry if you like this minifigure face print, that's totally fine, of course, but for me personally, I am not a fan of this face print. I just think the smile looks a little bit odd. I saw it has like another side of the face print and that looks a little bit better, but still, this is like the main print here, and I needed some sort of reasoning to put this one lower on the list, so that's it. I think it looks fine otherwise. I mean, the green is fine. Green's not like one of my all-time favorites, so I think that that also makes it fall a little bit short, except for when it's related to Lloyd from Ninjago. I do like Lloyd, but this one, you know, it's fine for what it is, I suppose. And then the next one here is Athena. This character looks pretty cool. I do like this one. The face print on this one, I don't traditionally really like this face print, but I honestly think it kind of fits, because correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I believe this is Angelina Jolie's character, and I think that it like does a decent job of looking like her from at least what I can remember or think of from what I've seen from the trailers and of course other films that she's been in. So this one's fine. I think that the torso and the legs look alright. The actual color of them kind of look very close to like skin tone, so that's a little bit, I don't know, just kind of weird to me, but still, you know what, it's fine, it still looks okay. Then the next character here is Druig, once again kind of being a bit of a downfall just because of the face print. I'm not big into this one. I actually do like the color scheme of this one quite a bit, though. I love black and red color schemes, but I don't know what it is. I don't really love the lighter, like, gray, I suppose is what you would call that, in like the center of the torso kind of throughout it, so not a huge fan of that, but you know, it's still a fun figure. I'm honestly nitpicking these quite a bit just to give you comments on each figure, so take my comments with like a grain of salt. I do like the whole line of figures. If you watch my ranking video for the sets, you'll hear me gush about them. This one here is Icarus, kind of the character who I feel like they're kind of positioning as like the main sort of Eternal for the film. Of course, the guy who's like Superman equivalent, shooting lasers out of their eyes. It's a cool looking figure. I do like the blue and the yellow. I think that looks really great. Not really any complaints with this. I mean, the face print's fine. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, it kind of just makes me think of like Steve Rogers, like Captain America, honestly, just in a different outfit, but you know what, that's okay. Then the next one here is Gilgamesh, who is a pretty cool looking figure. I do like the combination here of the color schemes. I think it has sort of like an earthy sort of like color scheme going with it, with like the kind of like lighter brown, similar to Athena's, and then with the green as well. I think that looks quite cool. I kind of just like the combination. I like it when they have like two colors that are quite different. I feel like they can contrast with each other pretty well, so I do like that quite a bit, and I love the face print on this character. Fantastic, love that a ton. You'll see that be a trend with some of these higher up figures, that I love the face prints for them, and I don't know if they're brand new face prints. I do apologize. I would normally kind of check that, but I don't believe these are on like Bricklink yet, because they haven't released yet. They're coming out October 1st, so I don't believe I can even see if it's exclusive face prints. I don't have like an encyclopedia comedic like memory of if they are, but let me know in the comments down below if you do. That would be highly appreciated. Then we've got Fastos here. I'm so bad at pronouncing this character's name, probably a lot of the characters in all honesty, but this character looks cool. Honestly, I want to say one thing, I won't spoil anything here, but his face print looks like it could be used for a character from the end of the Loki series. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know. But yeah, I think that could kind of be used for that character, so that would be kind of cool, even the hair as well. But I like the actual look of the outfit here. I really love the darker blue and the purple. It's actually one of my favorite color combinations just for these suits specifically, so I think that came out looking really great. Then we've got Makari right here, who I think looks fantastic. I love the face print there. Is that the face print that they use for like Zendaya, like MJ from Spider-Man? Let me know if that is. But yeah, I think it looks really great. I love the hairpiece as well. I think that looks fantastic. And the color scheme here is super unique. I do like it quite a bit. And I like how there's like 3 colors going on with a bit of yellow, the more mahogany red going on, and then the much lighter like gray. I think it just mixes together really well. Surprisingly, it's not a color combination that if you wrote out the colors that I could really visualize in a good way. But I think they really did a great job with it. Then we've got Ajax right here, who is another cool looking character. I love the gold arms here. I think that's kind of what won me over with this one. I like the face print as well. They nailed it there. I think the legs and the torso, it just looks like a very elegant, like regal looking outfit. They all look very fancy, but with some of the colors, it just looks a little bit out there. With this one, I feel like it's more toned down, classy looking. Like I just kind of like it for that aspect. It looks kind of more ancient, like what the Eternals are. So I think that's quite cool. And then the top one here, the number one we have here is Kingo right here. A very cool figure, and honestly I have a bit of a soft spot for this one as Kumail Nanjiani plays this character. And of course I do apologize if I mispronounced his name. He voices Jay in the Lego Ninjago movie. Not saying that's my main reasoning here. I do like the figure, but I just thought it was kind of cool that now we have a figure of him, and I believe that's a new face print. I think it is. I have a strong feeling it is, but I could also be completely wrong. So once again, I know I'm asking you to let me know a lot of things, but yeah, let me know if you know. But yeah, no, I think it looks great, captures his personality really well. Of course, I don't know specifically the character from the film, but I feel like the actor's personality, and I really like the purple on this one. The gray looks really nice. But if I'm being perfectly honest, basically the top 5 just kind of meld together, and it was almost like picking names out of a hat at random of which ones go where. So that's kind of just my random justification of this one being in number 1 spot. But that's the ranking here for all of the minifigures. My set ranking is a bit more of like, I don't know what you would call it, like professional ranking. It's kind of where I do it as a more standard one because I have actual comments and critiques to make about the sets because I can comment on the builds a bit more. But when I'm talking specifically about the figures, there isn't as much to say because I don't have any attachment to the characters. But I'll be interested. I want to do this also mainly because then once I see the film, I don't know if I'll revisit the ranking, but maybe I'll mention it somewhere of kind of where this ranking would be at that point once I actually know the characters and have seen the film, because I'd be interested by that because I love these figures. I think they have so many great details on all the torsos and the legs, so really good there. Some good face prints too, good hair pieces, so I think they really did do a good job, especially considering what a large cast of characters this is. I think they did a great job with a lot of diversity in it as well, capturing that pretty well. So good on you, Lego. I think they did a great job there, and overall these are some great minifigures. Let me know your rankings down below, and don't bother letting me know your justification unless you know the Eternals characters like from the comics or anything. Let me know then, and comment down below any answers to the questions that I was asking throughout the video. That would be highly appreciated. So just thanks so much. I will see you all next time, and always remember, keep on collecting.